Most new puppy parents think biting, barking, crate crying, and chaos are just behavior problems. So they look for more training, more exercise, more toys, more stimulation, more correction. Oh, but the truth is, most of the time, those behaviors aren't training problems at all. They're nervous system problems. They're happening because your puppy is overtired, overstimulated, under-rested, or living without enough structure. So, trying to fix the behavior without fixing the environment that's creating it just makes everything harder for you and your puppy. It's like mopping the floor up while the sink is still overflowing. But wait, what if I told you the solution isn't more exercise, longer training sessions, or doing more of anything? It's actually doing a little bit less, in the right order, with the right daily schedule. I'm Michelle, your fear-free certified trainer with over 25 years of experience. And today, I'm gonna show you the key elements of a puppy schedule that's gonna help you get your life back while preventing biting, meltdowns, and chaos before they ever start. First, let's cover the core elements of a puppy schedule. I want you to listen really carefully to see if you have any of these in place or which ones are missing and need to be immediately added in. Number 1, appropriate wake windows based on age. Every puppy has a limited amount of time they can be awake before they need rest again. This is called the wake window. At around 8 weeks old, most puppies can only stay awake for about 45 to 60 minutes. As puppies grow, that window slowly increases. When puppies are kept awake a little too long, that ability to behave in a desirable way just disappears. That's why biting escalates, zoomies happen, and everything feels out of control. Puppy owners don't realize they need to lead their puppy to the crate to take a nap. And their puppy won't take a nap on their own until they're already overexhausted. You're gonna have to help them with this. It won't always be this way, but they are, after all, like a little baby and won't be able to do this on their own. Now, you may be wondering what the appropriate wake window is for your puppy based on their age. We do have a free resource to help you with this. It's called the Puppy Schedule Planner. You can comment planner and I'll share that with you. Number 2, nap times. Young puppies need about 18 to 20 hours of sleep in that 24-hour period, and most of those naps should happen in the crate so that your puppy learns how to settle without relying on your lap or constant interaction. Sleep is when your puppy's brain processes learning and decompresses from stimulation. An overtired puppy cannot behave better, no matter how many chew toys you offer or how much exercise you give them to make them more tired. When you don't address the underlying reason for the behavior, which in this case is overtiredness, more of something they don't need won't make the problem go away. Now, this is the point when many new puppy owners tell me they have tried to put their puppy in a crate for a nap, but their puppy hates it, and therefore they won't go in to sleep in their crate and get the appropriate rest they need. I get it, crate training takes time. It isn't something all puppies take to right away. You do need to work on it with your puppy and create a positive association with the crate before you can leave your puppy in there for an extended period of time if they're struggling. Since that is a completely different topic than what we're talking about in this video, you can comment crate training and I'll send you a link to one of our top videos on this topic. It's going to give you some valuable tips you can apply right away to help improve crate training with your puppy. All right, let's move on to number 3, scheduled meals. Now, puppies typically eat 3 meals a day, morning, midday, and early evening until they're about 6 to 8 months old. Then we move to 2 scheduled meals a day, breakfast and dinner. Consistent meal times help support the potty training process, help to create food motivation for training, and helps prevent tummy upset. A puppy with an empty tummy becomes more stressed and displays unwanted behaviors. Random feeding or free feeding leads to random behaviors, more accidents in the home, and food becomes less valuable to your puppy because it's always available. This can make training much harder as we use food rewards to teach a puppy that we like what they did and that we want them to repeat it in the future when teaching them new skills. Number 4, potty breaks. Now, potty breaks should happen right after naps, about 10 to 15 minutes after meals, a few minutes after play or training, and frequently during wake windows. Keep in mind, potty trips outside are teaching moments. Taking your pup out often and reinforcing success prevents the indoor accident cycle from ever starting. It's not uncommon to take a 10-week-old puppy out 2 to 3 times an hour. Remember, your goal is to get ahead of accidents. Once that indoor accident cycle begins, it's a lot harder to get them to go outside. Number 5, playtime. Puppies need two kinds of play multiple times during the day. Independent play, like chewing and sniffing, foraging or shredding enrichment. This meets the natural instincts and prevents boredom biting. And the second type of play is guided play with you, like short training games or tug or fetch. This builds your bond and teaches polite interactions. Don't forget, too much stimulation without rest leads directly to biting. This is why it's important to remember that when you're playing with your puppy, it should not be one continuous game of fetch or chasing of the flirt pole. Instead, we want to build in what we call pauses in play. This means that if I toss a ball once or twice, I'm going to follow it up with a treat scatter on the floor, in a snuffle mat, or on the grass outside. This helps to regulate your pup's system, and it keeps them from getting overstimulated, which leads to excessive excitement biting when you're trying to play with them. You can then toss a ball or throw out that lure from the flirt pole again and repeat. This pattern of play and then pausing gives your dog the decompression they need for safe and proper play. Repeatedly tossing a ball and keeping your puppy running nonstop back and forth for more than a few minutes is setting you both up for frustration. Play can become more effective when you add in those pauses. And once play is done, you're going to want to include this next schedule element. Number 6, cool down routines. This is usually the missing piece to getting a puppy to settle and sleep after play. Most puppy parents skip this, and then they say exercise their puppy, and then they tried to put them in the crate for the nap, but it was unsuccessful. Cool downs are the transition activity that allows your puppy to go from heart-pumping fun to rest and relaxation. And without the cool down, your pup's gonna struggle to make that transition. We have a whole video on the proper cool down routine, but the gist is, before naps and bedtime, just spend about 15 minutes winding your puppy down. That means stop stimulating play, dim the lights, calm petting, quiet sniffing, and offer a low-level activity in a puppy pen, like licking a lick mat or chewing a yak chew. This tells your puppy's brain that rest is coming. Puppies who skip this step often fight naps and bite more later. And I wouldn't be a trainer if I didn't tell you about the next element on the schedule. It sounds obvious, but it's actually the thing that's pushed to the back burner most often. Number 7. Training. You don't need to spend more than 1 to 5 minutes a few times a day working on a new skill and revisiting old skills to keep them fresh. I would say find the areas you're struggling with the most, whether it's crate training or walking on a leash, and work on those skills the most. Training is also considered mental enrichment and mental exercise. So you're essentially exercising your pup while also teaching them all the skills you want them to know. Guaranteed, your pup's gonna be tired and ready for a rest after you work on training games. If you wanna see how we gamify training, or you need a more step-by-step approach to training, I've got you. Just comment course and we can share the info on our online puppy training program with you. Now, let's take a moment to explain how to put all these elements together so you can see what a real schedule might look like with your puppy. They wake up in the morning. You immediately take them out to go potty. You're out there for 10 minutes or less. You come back in, you work on using breakfast as a training opportunity. Maybe you're playing the name game or the puppy pivots game from our program. You spend about 5 minutes playing the games and then give them the rest of their breakfast in a snuffle mat or a puzzle feeder. Then you take them back outside because they tend to need to go potty about 10 minutes or so after eating. And by this point, they may have been up for about 30 to 40 minutes. Knowing their wake window is really only about 45 to 60 minutes, you choose to put them on a long leash and sniff around the backyard for about 10 minutes. You bring them back in and you put them in their puppy pen for that 15-minute cool down. After their cool down, you guide them in their crate for a nap. So each block of time going forward may look similar, with a balance of potty breaks to start the wake window, then self-guided play, another potty break, guided play with you, training of some sort, and then another potty break or a cool down routine, and then another nap. And if you're thinking, okay, Michelle, am I ever gonna get time to myself again? Or this doesn't even seem doable or feel doable with a full-time job. I want to reassure you of something important here. The schedule your puppy needs right now will not always look like this. As your puppy grows and matures, their wake windows naturally get longer. They begin to regulate themselves better, settle on their own, and fall into a more flexible rhythm. You will absolutely get back to dinners with friends or running errands without planning every minute and living a more natural routine. But in the beginning, puppies are very much like brand new babies. They don't know yet how to self-regulate or settle or understand expectations in a human world. That's not a training failure. It's a developmental stage. This is also why we often recommend leaning on support early on, whether that's a pet sitter, a dog walker, or trusted friends and family. Getting help isn't a sign you're doing anything wrong. It's part of doing this well. And for those thinking, I just want a dog, I don't need this much structure, we're just gonna go with the flow. Here's what actually happens when puppies don't have enough structure. They don't become more independent, they become more overtired, more dysregulated, more mouthy, more reactive. And those behaviors start to feel like personality traits instead of temporary puppy phases. Structure at the beginning isn't about control or restriction. It's about teaching your puppy how to feel safe, calm, and settled. And when puppies learn that early on, they can actually gain more freedom later. And in some cases, faster than other puppies. When you follow a schedule like this, you're not just reducing biting and chaos, you're teaching your puppy how to settle, how to trust you, and how to move through their day calmly. This is one piece of a bigger plan that helps puppy parents go from overwhelmed to confident. But even with the right schedule, there are moments that feel like too much. Almost every puppy parent I work with has the, what did I get myself into moments? And if you're feeling even a hint of that, you can't miss the next video. As a trainer, I've noticed a few things. Almost every puppy parent does that needs an immediate change to make a big impact on their training. Tune in to the next video in this playlist if you want to find out if you're on the right track or making a few mistakes, and what to do if you are, or confirm if you're doing everything you need to train your puppy to be the best dog for years to come. See you in the next video.